The moment you tell someone your goal, the goal dies. It happens every single time. You get a brilliant idea, you feel the rush, you run to tell your friend or your partner. They say exactly what you want to hear. Wow, that's amazing! You're going to crush it! You get the high, you get the applause, but then you hang up the phone, you go back to your desk, and suddenly, the engine is dead. Why? You think you were building accountability. You weren't. You were popping the balloon. Think of your ambition like a pressurized gas. That pressure is uncomfortable, but it is the only force that drives the piston. It is the physics of achievement. When you open your mouth, you open the relief valve. The pressure escapes. You feel better. You feel relieved. But a steam engine without pressure doesn't move. This is the reason you have a graveyard of unfinished projects. You are trading the power of doing for the cheap thrill of telling. The thumbnail says, "Shut your mouth," and I mean that literally. But to stop this self-sabotage, you first need to understand the biological glitch that is tricking your brain into failure. Your brain is sabotaging you. And the worst part is, you don't even feel it happening. You think you are getting motivated, but you are actually suffering from a dopamine leak. Psychologists call this identity substitution. It is a glitch in your biological operating system. Here is the disturbing part. Your brain cannot easily distinguish between doing and telling. When you tell your friend, "I'm going to start a business," and they high-five you, your brain releases a massive hit of dopamine. It registers that social validation as a win. You get the feeling of being a CEO without selling a product. You get the feeling of being an athlete just by posting a picture of your shoes. This is premature completion. You trick your nervous system into thinking you have already crossed the finish line. You get the reward without the effort. And the moment you get the reward, the hunger dies. This is why you feel that strange burst of confidence while you are talking, followed by a crushing sense of emptiness when you actually sit down to work. This is why you start every project with fire and end with nothing. You aren't lazy. You are satiated. You fed your ambition to an audience instead of feeding it to your work. You are trading the long-term glory of achievement for the cheap, short-term high of an announcement. But the real problem isn't just inside your head. When you open your mouth, you don't just trick your own brain. You invite the enemy in. Because once you speak your goal out loud, you don't just lose your drive, you attract predators. Your goals don't just die inside you. They get murdered by the people around you. We have talked about how you sabotage yourself. Now we need to talk about the enemy outside the gates. When you announce a big ambition, you expect support. You expect a cheer. But often, you get a weird silence, a subtle pause. Then comes the question, are you sure that's safe? Or, my cousin tried that and lost everything. Be realistic. Here is the twist. They aren't attacking you with hate. They are attacking you with concern. Doubt doesn't show up wearing a mask of an enemy. It shows up wearing the face of a friend. And that is why it works. That is why it feels like betrayal. You hand them your dream, and they hand you back their fear. Here is the part nobody tells you. Your friends don't consciously want you to fail. They love you. But subconsciously, your ambition is a threat. If you succeed, it forces them to look in the mirror and ask why they are still stuck. Your evolution highlights their stagnation. So, without even realizing it, they try to pull you back down to the crab bucket to make themselves feel safe again. In ancient cultures, they called this the evil eye. They believed that envy could physically destroy a fortune. Whether you believe the mysticism or not, the psychology is real. When you tell people your plans, you are handing them a weapon. You are giving them the power to suffocate your potential with their logic. Think about a seed. You are trying to grow an oak tree. But right now, your idea is just a sprout. It is fragile. If a storm hits an oak tree, the tree stands. If a breeze hits a sprout, the sprout snaps. The doubts of other people are the storm. When you are just starting, you don't have the root system to withstand their skepticism. One passive-aggressive comment can kill your momentum for a month. So you must protect the sprout. You must build a wall of silence around your ambition. You don't need their permission. You don't need them to get it. You need to protect the work until it is strong enough to fight back. But holding this silence is painful. It creates a burning pressure inside your chest. And that brings us to the most important part of the philosophy, using that pressure as fuel. So, you have stopped talking. You have cut the leak. You have blocked the doubt. Now, something strange is going to happen. Your chest is going to tighten. Your hands are going to fidget. Your mind is going to buzz with a restless, frantic energy. You will feel like you are going to explode if you don't tell someone what you are up to. Most people mistake this feeling for anxiety. They think something is wrong. They are wrong. Your body isn't warning you. It is priming you. That burning sensation isn't fear. It is ignition. Think of a steam engine. If you boil water in an open pot, the steam dissipates into the air. It is harmless. But if you boil water in a sealed chamber, the physics change. The bolts strain. The metal shakes. The pressure builds until it feels dangerous. That trapped violence is what moves the train. Silence is your containment chamber. When you have a massive ambition but refuse to speak it, you are pressurizing your psyche. Every time you want to brag but choose to shut your mouth, the pressure doubles. This is how killers are built. Ambition plus silence equals obsession. You have to learn to sit with the agitation. You have to learn to enjoy the burning sensation of the unsaid. The amateur feels that pressure and panics. He posts a coming soon story on Instagram just to relieve the tension. He opens the valve, the steam escapes. He feels better, but the engine dies. The master holds the pressure. He lets it build until the only way to relieve the tension is to execute. He uses that anxiety to wake up at 4 a.m. He uses that restlessness to work for 12 hours straight. He doesn't need motivation because he is being propelled by the physics of his own silence. So, do not vent the steam. Let it build. Let it make you dangerous. But here is the risk. The world will try to pry you open. Friends, family, and coworkers will ask, "So, what are you up to these days?" If you answer this question wrong, if you crack the seal even once, you lose all the power you just built. You need a protocol to navigate the world without opening the valve. Now, pay attention. This is where most people fail. You are going to walk into a room, and someone is going to try to pry your ambition from your mouth. They will ask the trap question. "So, what are you working on these days?" Your pulse will spike. Your ego will want to brag. You will feel the urge to vomit your entire business plan just to feel important. Do not do it. One careless answer, and months of pressure evaporate. One wrong word, and you invite the evil eye inside the perimeter. You need a protocol of silence. You need a way to deflect the probe without lying and without leaking your power. Tactic number 1 is the black box answer. When they push, you say, "I'm working on something new, but it's in the lab phase right now. I'm keeping it under wraps until it's ready to launch." Notice the shift. You aren't being weird, you are being professional. This signals that your work is valuable enough to protect. It creates mystery, and mystery creates respect. Tactic number 2 is the decoy. If they keep pressing, do not fold. Give them a decoy goal. Talk about your gym routine. Talk about a book you're reading. Talk about your cooking. Give them something to chew on, so they stop looking for the main course. You are throwing a stake to the guard dog, so you can sneak past the gate. Tactic number 3 is the reverse. The best way to hide your intentions is to use their own ego against them. Ask them, "I'm just heads down working. But what about you? I saw your post about..." People love talking about themselves. Let them talk. Let them vent their pressure while you conserve yours. You must build a secret garden. Visualize a high wall around your primary ambition. Inside that wall, the soil is fertile but fragile. If you let someone peek before the fruit is ripe, envy and doubt invade. Months of quiet growth can rot in a single conversation. This isn't secrecy, it is discipline. Apple doesn't announce the iPhone 3 years before it works. They wait until the world can't ignore it. Be like Apple. Keep the gate locked until you are ready to dominate. Why endure the burning in your chest? Why hold your tongue when every instinct screams to brag? Because you are preparing for the detonation. There is no noise louder than sudden, unexplained success. When you talk about your plans, you are just another voice in the noise. You dilute your power. But when you disappear for 6 months and re-emerge with a finished empire, it hits the world like a physical blow. This is the shockwave effect. While they were broadcasting their mediocrity, you were building in the dark. While they were chasing the cheap dopamine of a status update, you were forging the reality. Imagine the moment you walk into the room. You don't say a word, but the energy shifts. The chatter stops. Every eye locks on you. They don't see the old version of you. They see the undeniable weight of what you have built. You don't need to ask for respect. Your results are screaming so loud, they drown out every doubt. The most dangerous person in the room is the one who is quiet, smiling, and visibly winning. Be that person. You have a choice. You can have the applause of a Facebook post today, or you can have the power of a king tomorrow. If you are ready to disappear, build, and let your results scream louder than their doubt. Subscribe. Disappear. Build in silence. Shut your mouth. Let the fire build. And go to work.